Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 2/3/2023. Oh my. Well, if people haven't woken up by now, then they're just hopeless. And I'll just tell you, it's Friday and give you a couple things to think about. Now, just a quick question. Remember, China, right? Remember back in high school, or, if you're around my generation, China always had the cool shit, the cool gadgets, They had all these neat shit. Seiko watches, Casio watches, and all that shit. These doodads that did all sorts of stuff. I remember the Boss. Do you remember the Boss? This was an electronical organizer. That's right. It used to open up, and you used to be able to type on it, organize your notes for appointments. I mean, I was in high school, so there were no appointments that I had, but still, that was like awesome having that thing, A calculator on there, all sorts of shit. And China had all the nice stuff. Now, when I am told that there is a balloon about 60,000 feet up there, and China is responsible for it with this little rinky-dink, like, I don't know what the fuck it is. It looks like camera of some sort. Who knows? Guys, why aren't they putting satellites up there? I would think that it would be much easier to launch a satellite up there and have that as a surveillance camera than to have a rinky-dink balloon floating around in the stratosphere. It's because there are no fucking satellites, you idiots! There's nothing up there. The ISS hasn't produced one picture of a satellite ever. They have a live feed. You can go on it right now if you want. Tell me if you see any satellites. No, you don't. When we, well, it wasn't us, it was somebody else, but when they launched that hot air balloon up into the atmosphere, I think it got up to, I don't know, 150,000 feet, somewhere around there. I'm not sure exactly where it got, but it got above to the part where everything turns black. That's not space, sorry. But anyway, you could see, and they calculated it, the sun, and then you could see the moon. Now, at the time that they launched that, the moon was supposed to be in Australia. Now that's funny, because if we lived on this imaginary ball, this Fantasyland Walt Disney World fucking ball that people believe in, because they've been told it all of their life, and they're NPCs and they can't think for themselves and put things together and say, hey, wait a minute, something's wrong with this picture. All these stories that they've been telling us don't make sense. Well, the moon was in Australia. That would make it the other side of the ball. Shouldn't be able to get the moon and the sun together with the high altitude balloon thing that we had that had a camera. It's just unbelievable people don't see this. All the evidence is out there. That guy wasn't even a flat earther, Now, in order for one of us to do this, we would have to invest $35,000 to $4,000, I believe, somewhere around there. That's a lot of money. That's not chump change. That's not change that I have sitting around here that I can just throw away, My money has been obligated to other areas just like everybody else. So anyway, it's not really where I wanted to go with this, but so why doesn't China have a satellite up there? Why don't they put something like that up there? It'd be a lot easier for them than to launch some balloon up there. But so then you ask, what about satellite TV and satellite television and all this shit? Yeah, there's shit up there, but it's up there with a balloon, you idiots. It could stay in that layer of atmosphere for months at a time. And sometimes some of these things fall out of the sky. That's right. They find them in India and some woods somewhere. They fall out. There's nothing you can do. But they can control these things. All right? And that's why we've never seen a satellite launch. We've never seen a satellite being deployed. We've never seen any of that. Because there are no satellites. Okay? You live on a flat land covered with a dome. Okay, the creator created this a specific way. I don't know what it is, if it's a digital world, because it sure as shit sounds like it. Everything weighs to that way. You know, every video game is flat. Every single one of them. That's how the programmers designed them. Flat. It's easy. Too complicated to put a curve in there. Why use the memory? Doesn't make any sense. Stupid. You know. I want you to think about the human body too. Okay, man, what an amazing structure, isn't it? What an amazing structure of intelligence, shall we say. If you break a bone, it heals. If you lose a limb, it doesn't grow back. All right? That might be the creator trying to say, you know, there are some rules in the game. You know, if you go out there and a shark bites your arm off, it doesn't grow back. Okay. But if you break your arm, you'll be all right. You know, I'm looking into all of the stuff that, you know, that our body can stand and can't stand. Anyway, my point is, there is 90, or I don't know, there's somewhere around 90% of our brain is dormant. You know, we're only using 10 or 15% of our brain. And I know, you know, yeah. That's funny, guys, real funny. Screw off. Stay asleep if you want to make jokes about that, but that's all right. But that's a fact. Okay. What is the other percentage that's dormant? Therefore, okay, were our brains created in the replica of God, perhaps? He or she, whoever it may be. You know, or we a replica of God? I don't know. These are all questions, interesting questions. But, you know, if you really look into the body, you know, and how we get scars and how those scars last forever, you know, they're there to remind you you fucked up, you did something wrong, you did something stupid. Wouldn't have gotten that unless if you didn't. You know, these things are very interesting, you know. And the Creator created us a certain way. And when it comes out of the digital world, well, just look around you. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Just the right light, just the right weather. I can't talk about the cloud cover. Animals around us that keep us distracted. Beautiful islands right before the ice walls to keep us distracted. You know, I had a theory about that years ago. You know, those islands, those paradise islands, could be one of two things. A distraction, the Creator created them. Why not stay here? It's beautiful here. You don't need to go over at Antarctica and go into that ice land over there and discover the ice wall or the dome. You know, stay here. Stay in Hawaii or wherever, you know, Aruba. Stay there. Come on, stay here. It's nice here. Beautiful weather. You can live a whole lifetime out here very happy. Very happily. Or it's a place to stock up. Okay? Stock up on your coconuts or whatever, I don't know. Fish, all sorts of stuff. Or it's a stopping point. You know, just like Africa. Could be that too. You know, these are all things that you know, us flat earthers think about. You know. So enjoy your balloon. And where is this balloon going to be next? I have no idea. I don't know how fast things travel up there in that particular layer of atmosphere. They say it's out on the West Coast right now. That video that I put in the post that I did last night. I believe I forget where he said he was. Well, anyway, NORAD, that's our intelligence agency. Yeah, NORAD's also the idiots that track Santa Claus too. So you see how well our money's going to. Oh, it's being well spent, of course. They got to track Santa Claus. Hey, there's Santa Claus. He's right over California right now. Fucking A, man. Oh, and there's another thing I have to do with space. Thing with you. Anyway, so My guess is if it's at the East Coast right now, it's apparently 60,000 feet up there. I didn't realize it was that high, but we can see it with our, with our camera. I don't know, a couple of days, maybe it should be in New York, but where in New York and how are you going to find it? It's like finding a pin in a freaking haystack. I mean, it's like impossible, I mean, I don't know. They won't tell us where it is, so we should out of luck. I don't think anybody's been able to find it, but keep looking up. Maybe you will find it. Space news. I just came across an interesting article. Now, remember, for the people who believe in the ball, or whatever you want to refer it to as, but that's what we refer to as, a ball or a spinning wet ball or a mystical fantasy land. Remember that show, Fantasyland? I used to love that show. It's Tattoo. Tattoo was in it. Yeah, I love that thing. That was a great show. I got to watch a couple episodes. They found an asteroid with rings on it. That really made me crack up this morning. An asteroid with rings. Well, they say the moon would have been a ring around our ball if it didn't somehow or another manage to create gravity out of nowhere. Just spinning. That's how gravity does. It spins and friction, and then all of a sudden it just strikes. That's right. Or did a meteor hit the ball, our ball, many billions of years ago and create the moon? Well, that's what they say. But I really like the asteroid, the rings around the asteroid. That's beautiful, guys. They could just put anything out there. And remember, when you believe in all this, you have to believe in everything. You can't nitpick. You can't say, oh, no, that's stupid. No, I don't believe in that. No, you believe in everything. Okay? You believe there's a hump on a ball where ships disappear fast. We don't see any curve at all whatsoever. Nothing. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for reviewing my videos and let me be a part of your life. If I can find this thing, I don't know, I'm going to try to look for it at night, because obviously it's going to be reflective. I mean, we live on a flat land, so it's high enough where the sun's going to reflect off of it no matter where it is. The guy who actually made that videotape, I think he saw it at night. That's how he was able to get it. So look for it at night. Best way to do it. All right? Anyway, stand by.